Fishing with 976 Tuna.
Hey everybody, welcome to San Diego, California, and welcome on one of the finest long-range sport fishers anywhere, the Searcher out of Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Ready to go? We're catching tuna. Yellowtail. Big.
Fishing yellowtail, bluefin.
As you can see, the guys are all ready, and so is Skipper R. Taylor of the Searcher, taking great care to load hundreds of scoops of sardines on board the Searcher. Have you ever noticed just how much care good deckhands and crew members take with bait? It's so important not to knock the scales off them, and that's why when you crowd the bait, Art takes such great care in putting it in the tanks and down in the slammer. He makes sure that everything is going to work beautifully. Clicker with a nice seminar getting everybody ready as they head down to Cedros Island. But you know the old saying, getting there is half the fun? That certainly is true, as it's daybreak on the Searcher, about 120 miles from San Diego. Oh, those birds showing the way with fish crashing under them. See that fish coming up? And here we go into a stop on Albacore. It's so nice to see these great big albacore in the season of 2007. Tremendous fishing that year. And the fish, well, they were plump, they were hard fighting, and they were those big, beautiful great albi. There is no doubt when you hook one of these hard-fighting fish, just the battle that lies ahead. And the deckhands are right there on the Searcher. You can see them working that tangle out, getting the rod tips together, and helping those anglers put even more of these longfin tuna on the boat. They are so named longfin for obvious reasons, but they're also called the white meat tuna because of their delectable flavor and white meat that is some of the most delicious seafood you'll ever partake in. Nothing like landing a big albacore, nothing like putting another big fish on the deck, and these fish are immediately going down in the fish hole where they are kept frozen until you return, and they are sushi, sashimi quality upon your return to San Diego. This is the beauty of traveling down to Cedros Island, that sometimes before you even get there, you're into the action, and that's exactly what happened here. It was daybreak, the jigs were in the water, of course the Searcher crew paying great attention to the signal, saw those birds and breaking fish under them, and they slid into a nice foamer of albi that really wanted to chew. Oh, and it's so beautiful to see these whales. I'll tell you one thing I remember specifically about the 2007 season regarding these whales is they were all holding fish. There was a tremendous amount of albacore with those whales. But it also makes me think of the Searcher and the great ecology trips she runs all season long, especially toward the fall, with Guadalupe Island shark trips, as well as heading down the Baja coast to the lagoons to see the gray whales ultimately make that migration on down to the lagoons to have their young. Great times on the Searcher. But now, another stop and more nice albi coming on board.
wide open on this kelp.
Oh, and now the flatheads have joined the party. Mahi mahi, dorado. And you better believe the guys are looking for kelps because those kelps hold a variety of different fish. Mahi mahi, dorado are on those kelps. There's skipjack, there's bluefin, there's albacore, and sometimes big-eye tuna. But right now, it's a great bite on the flatheads. The dorado have come to play. Art Taylor lifting on one of these beautiful dorados that can reach speeds of 35 miles per hour, so you really have your hands full. And they just love to jump and put on an acrobatic display. Skipjack, as we mentioned to you, are mixed on these kelps. Sometimes there's some marlin around. Those kelps are just magnets, attracting all kinds of game fish.
Big Chris, you're on it, baby.
You know that the dorado is one of the only fish that scientists can measure their growth on a daily rate. I mean, they grow so fast. They grow about 5 inches per month, and they reach a length of 5 feet in just 2 years. And then they perish. Just about 100% of dorado die before they are 2 years old.
You got Chris. Yeah, this guy. What boat are you on?
The Searcher.
Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful fish.
Those big flatheads are smart, too. They love to turn sideways, so when you're pulling on them, you're pulling against all that water.
Yeah!
But another fine job by another good angler on the Searcher and the crew right there. Look at that dorado starting to jump and put on a beautiful display, and the colors of these fish are just something to marvel at.
Captain Art Taylor, right there. Go ahead and stand by it. Yeah. Great. Super. What boat are you on?
Searcher.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful fish.
Oh, we finally made it. 270 miles from San Diego down to Cedros Island, where we are going to see some of the best yellowtail action you'll ever experience. If you are thinking about a 5-day trip to Cedros, boy, don't think too long about it because the yellow action there is tremendous. Big fish and lots of them. In fact, you can stand up on the bow in some cases here on the Searcher and look out and just see hundreds, maybe thousands of yellowtail breezing around. You slide on these fish and everybody gets hooked up. And the variety on this great Searcher trip, can you see it? I mean, dorado and albacore and now big yellowtail, skipjack. It really makes it so much fun. You know, a little bit about Cedros Island. The lower elevations receive very little rainfall, so you have really a desert. Vegetation prevails there. At the higher elevations, however, there's oaks and junipers and pines, making for a diverse geography on Cedros Island. Isla Cedros was home to some of the earliest occupants of the Pacific coast of North America and later its indigenous inhabitants. In fact, you know what? It's been about 10,000 years that there have been people living on Cedros Island. Currently, archaeological research into the indigenous history of the island is being conducted by researchers, and they have found more than 70 archaeological sites dating back to 10,000 years. It's a fascinating island, but it sure is fun to catch all these big yellows around it. And are you noticing the tranquil seas? The tranquil seas around Cedros really make it special. Get on down on the Searcher to Cedros Island. I know you're going to enjoy it. The Searcher with so many great ecology trips and so much more. And you know, you'll have a smile on your face, just like this fine angler. Sometimes it's grimaces because these fish pull so hard, but ultimately a big smile. And that's what it's all about. These fish bite the sardine, they bite the iron. I mean, they'll bite just about anything you throw at them. You do want to bring proper tackle, so make sure you call Art or Celia, his wife, and talk to them a little bit about what kind of tackle to bring along with you so you too can land some of these trophy yellows. Here comes a nice big yellow on the iron, on a kelp still attached to him. That fish ran him into the kelp, but that fine angler got that fish on board. I'm telling you, nothing like fishing on the Searcher, nothing like fishing Cedros Island. And as I told you, sometimes the fun is just getting there, as it was Albacore and so much more fun on board the Searcher. I hope you can get on board the Searcher soon. Call Art or Celia and book today. Get on one of these great fishing trips. Experience one of their wonderful ecology
That's a
trips.
toad.
But get on the Searcher
Oh, yeah.
and have the time of your life.
Oh, great. Look at the size of that. That is a nice fish, huh?
Hey, thanks again for joining us for another edition of Catch It with 976 TUNA. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you all. We'd like to thank the following: Accurate Fishing Reels, Bass Pro Shops, Blackwater Fluorocarbon, Fish Wrap Magazine, Canon Sunglasses, Seeker Rods, Shimano, and Sumo Tackle. Thank you for making Catch It TV with 976 TUNA possible. We'll see you soon, everybody.